Hey guys, it's Sydney, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to not be lonely and how to make friends in your 20s. So recently I graduated from university, and I had no idea that once you graduate university that you really feel a big sense of like community and structure with having friends is gone. Suddenly you're not surrounded by a bunch of people all the time, a bunch of opportunities and ways to do things that you like and meet people through that. It's really up to you to make friends and go out of your way to find people that share common interests and just to find things that you like to do. Especially if you are moving out of your university or college town back home or moving to a new city, it can take a lot of time to build a community and make new friends. Something I learned recently is that being lonely is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. I think a lot of times when we think of being healthy, taking care of ourselves, we think of doing things like working out, reading, eating healthy, but we don't really tend to focus on social connections and how those can have a big impact on how we're feeling. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make friends and build a community so that you can make sure that you can be the happiest, healthiest version of you. I am so incredibly blessed to have so many amazing friends. However, post-grad, people are in so many different stages of life and living in so many different places, so it can be difficult to feel not lonely even if you have friends, because your friends might not live close to you, might not be able to see them as often. I was listening to a Mel Robbins podcast the other day, and she said the three things that are important in friendships are proximity, time, and energy. Proximity, it's a lot easier to be friends with someone if they're close to you, just because you can see them more often, hang out with them. You're probably gonna have more things in common if you're seeing each other and doing things together. That doesn't mean that you can't have friends that are far away, but that can definitely play into how close you are with someone. Time, now when you're post-grad, everyone is in completely different times and phases in their life. You might be working a full-time job, you might be doing a master's degree, you might be taking some time off, you might be traveling, and all these factors also come into play when you're making friends. Because again, if you're in two completely different phases of life, you might not have as much in common as you once did when you were both in school doing the same things. And that kind of leads into energy. Again, like what you prioritize, what you are focusing on, what your values are, what you align with, that will probably change. And that might mean that the friendship isn't as close if you don't have the same energy, if you aren't aligning with the same values that you were before. And that doesn't mean that those friendships are over. That doesn't mean that you can't be friends again. It just means that you might not be as close as you once were. So yeah, those three pillars, proximity, time, and energy, are the reasons why your friendships might look different now that they have in the past. But that's okay, because there are so many people out there that you can make new friends with, and you can still have those other friends. The importance is that you want to make sure that you don't feel lonely, you feel a sense of community. And in order to do that, that might involve making new friends. My first step in making friends is your 20 is to do things that you like. There's no better way to find people that are similar to you than to do things that you like. This could be going to the gym, a workout class, art class, going to a cafe, going to joining a club, a sports team, whatever it is that you enjoy. If you go somewhere to do something that you love to do, the other people there and you will already have one thing in common, that you both enjoy that one activity. And the beautiful thing is there will always be people there who either don't have any friends there, don't know anyone there, or who are looking for more friends. I think everyone is always looking to make new friends. So as much as it can be scary to go places and do things alone, it's so important to be able to build the skill of doing things by yourself and enjoying your own company, because at the end of the day, the only person you'll always have in your life is you. And also there will always be people there who are looking for friends, who don't know anyone else. And eventually those people won't be strangers as the time goes by. So the next step that this leads into is talking to strangers. I think it's normally talked about how important it is to have two close friends over a bunch of friends that you're not really close with, quality over quantity. However, what isn't talked about enough is weak ties. So weak ties are those people who you see in your everyday life but you might not be as close with. whether it's acquaintances, classmates, co-workers, people you see at the gym, people who are in your life but are not your close friends. So weak ties are actually just important as strong ties, because if you think about it, if you only have 2 close friends, but those friends are at school, and then you go to your sports team, you go to work, and suddenly your friends aren't there, if you don't talk to anyone, then you're not going to feel a sense of community, and you probably won't be as comfortable in those social settings. Once you start familiarizing yourself with these people and building connections, over time you'll find that you will have a lot more fun in all these different areas. What's even better is strong ties can come out of weak ties. All of your friends at one point were weak ties. You didn't know them, and out of that developed friendships. If you start to say hi and introduce yourself to the people around you, you'll start to develop a lot of connections around you, which may lead into friendships. And more than that, weak ties are normally what leads to jobs, opportunities, mentors, because again, if you have 2 friends, you probably all know the same people, you probably have a lot of the same opportunities, but there are hundreds of weak ties that you have in your life. And once you start connecting with those people, that will lead you to so many more opportunities in life. And once you start doing activities that you like, you will have so many weak ties around you that have things in common with you. So ways you can start developing these weak ties is going to places that you like regularly. So if you really like doing this workout class, but you only go once a month, then you might not be able to develop those friendships and ties as quickly as if you were to go once or twice a week. The next thing is that you need to put yourself out there. You need to say hi, introduce yourself to these people. Even though it might be awkward and scary, if you don't ever interact with these people, they will be strangers forever. I think most people appreciate if someone comes up to them and says hi, how are you doing? Ask them questions, ask for help. So never feel afraid to approach people and make small talk, because you never know where that may lead. Now, the third step is to invite people to do things with you. So once you've kind of gotten to doing things that you like, you're starting to get familiar with the people around you, introducing yourself, saying hi, recognizing faces, the next step into really developing friendships is to invite people to do things with you. There are so many things that you could ask someone to do with you, but what you want to keep in mind is you might want to make it easy and low commitment so that it's more likely to happen. If you ask them to go to the gym that you already go to, there's a high chance they will say yes because they want to go to the gym and they already have a membership, so it's super easy for them to go with you. Another thing you can do is make this a group invite. So if you have a couple new people, friends that you've met at the gym, even if they don't know each other, you could say, hey, a group of friends and I are thinking about going to a workout class next Saturday. Do you want to come? And what this does is make them feel a little less pressured, and it also just makes the situation easier for everyone because it's less awkward if there's more people. Another thing you could do is ask a friend who you haven't seen in a while if they want to catch up, do something, grab coffee, because I know a lot of times it might be weird if you haven't talked to someone in a long time, but like I said earlier, chances are they're also looking to make friends. They're probably also in the same boat as you, so you never know. Like, it doesn't hurt to try and text someone, and same thing, you can make it easy, low commitment, make it a group thing. I'm sure if you reach out and ask someone, even if you're scared, the response will be so good and you'll feel so much better after. Okay, so my last step in making friends in your 20s is to go to things that you're invited to and put yourself out there. It can be really hard because going somewhere alone can be very daunting, and you might start thinking that everyone there already knows each other, that you're going to be the only one who doesn't know anyone, that it'll be awkward. But the reality is, like I said, when you go somewhere, there's always going to be someone who doesn't know anyone or who is looking to make more friends. So if you put yourself in those social situations, it might be a little bit awkward, but over time it will just get easier and you'll feel more confident in your skills, your social skills. And most people are probably so focused on themselves that they won't even notice if you're being awkward. Really, there's not a lot that you can lose in the situation, but you might be able to gain friends or a community by putting yourself in these situations. So this could be someone asks you if you want to come to like this birthday party with them, and you only know that one person, but at that birthday party there's going to be a bunch of people who you might be able to make friends with. This could be, I know sometimes at community centers or cafes, they have a poster board with a bunch of events that are going on in the city, in the area, and if you look on that board and see, oh, there's an art class, a group art class, and you like art, going to that. Any way that you can put yourself in a situation where there's other people and you feel like comfortable and safe that you'll be able to have fun there is worth trying. And once you start putting yourself out there, trust me, there will be so many opportunities that come your way, and eventually you'll probably be either so busy that you'll have to start saying no to things, or you'll just be able to be more picky about what you go do and what you don't, because you'll be able to find the people you like, the things that you like to do the most. For example, I moved home and I always played soccer growing up, and when I moved home I was like, oh, it'd be great to play soccer, but I don't have a soccer team and I don't really know anyone who I think like who's home and plays soccer, and I don't really want to join like a random team. But now I have like now I'm on a soccer team and I have like 3 opportunities to be on like soccer teams in the summer, and all that just came from me saying yes to one opportunity from a weak tie. So really, I think the biggest takeaway from this video is just start putting yourself out there, start talking to people around you, and start saying yes to the opportunities that come your way. I'm gonna end off this video with that, but thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you try any of these tips and how your search for friends and building community is going. Remember that no matter where you live, there is always going to be people out there that you can relate with, that you can become friends with, even if it seems so hard. The most important thing you have to do is put in the effort yourself, and once you do, there will be so many people and opportunities waiting for you out there. I hope you guys have a great day and start to find a community and friends soon. Bye!